Welcome back, folks, to another Beaver 42 episode. We're going to talk about round 7. How you doing, Beaver?
Good, buddy. Looking forward to another weekend of football. Bit of a strange weekend ahead, this one, right? Only one game on Friday night and 2 on Saturday.
Yeah, and then 2 on Monday, though, right? So you'll no doubt be having a Anzac Fiesta this weekend.
We'll definitely be having 1 or 2 for the Diggers this weekend.
Nice. All right then, mate. So look, a little bit of news of the week, mate. Bit of a COVID scare in the household.
Yeah, big shout out to Janet, who's recovering from a COVID scare, right? So wishing you all the best and hope that you don't spread it. All right. So plus also a shout out to 42, who had a special birthday last weekend, right? So happy birthday, 42.
Nice. Yeah, did indeed. Try to pretend it didn't happen, but ultimately they always do. So cheers, buddy. And speaking of special days, Ponga signs for 5 years. I'd love to know how much for, and I'd love to know how pissed off Wayne Bennett is now.
Well, apparently it was 5 years for $5 million. So
right.
On Fox Sports, so $1 million a year. Doesn't sound like he signed for overs.
No.
When you compare to what the flippers would have been willing to pay, right? So in the end, look, it's good for the Knights. And it's funny that Wayne Bennett can't get any player that he wants to get, right? So he'll still get a big name. He'll still get a big name, right? So Munster's probably his guy.
Yeah, well, we'll see what Braithen Astor has to say about that. But I think maybe the one thing holding back Ponga from a big payday is that he's often injured. So he misses a lot of games through injury. Maybe that's a part of it. And as if you were
going he had a good game last week, but I just don't. He's not a Tedesco, Pappenhausen game changer on a consistent basis, right? So, a lot of people think he's a superb player, which he is. But I would take those guys, Tommy Turbo, obviously, right, way ahead of Ponga.
Yeah, and look, let's be honest too. Tedesco's not Tedesco this year either. He's well below par, but you know that it will come at some stage in the season. So Anyway, good luck to the young fella, and he's set himself up for the future. And he's going to be a Knights for life by the sounds of it. So, all right, jump into round 7. We've got the Sharkies is it a Thursday night, $1.45 and
Thursday night,
$2.75.
Yeah, so good game. Sharkies missing Finucane, and Sharkies still, I think Nakora's back this week, right? But Wade Graham's still not back yet, right? So from an ankle injury. So they've got some more to come in, the Sharks, right? Of course, Manly would love to have Tommy T, but he's not playing either, right? So neither team at full strength. $2.75. I think this will be a close one, right? I'm going to take Manly to win this by 4 in Cronulla, right? Up Cronulla, up ScoMo. That's the way I'd put it.
No, I just can't see the Sharkies losing this. They want to bounce back after a loss last week, and the Eagles only beat the Tits last week, so they're not in great form without Turbo. So yeah, I'm going to stick with the Sharkies to win this by about 8.
Okay.
We'll move on to the Friday game. We got the Bronx at $1.25 and the Dogs $4, all because 12 players are out with COVID and they're calling in school teachers apparently.
School teachers.
Yeah.
There you go. Right. So look, you got to think there's a lot of disruption in the Doggies camp. A couple of days ago, I thought they might have got a sneaky win here, but I think Broncos getting Haas back is a huge in for them. So hard to go against the Broncos as much as I would like to. I'm going to say the Broncos will win this one by 8.
Yeah, I actually think they might have a bit of a day out there and might win this by close to 16, just due to the number of people that are out. It's just going to be too disruptive for a team that doesn't have depth. 1 game on Friday, so 2 on Saturday, and it starts with the Cowboys $1.85 against the Titans $1.95.
So It's be a reasonably competitive game, you would think, right? So Cowboys young forwards seem to have been playing really well, right? So they've got some good back rowers there, right? So they're playing with a lot of confidence, I think, the Cowboys, right? So then you come up against the Tits, who are just unreliable, and so. But I'm going to take the Tits, right? I think the Tits will get this game, right? So, but in a tight one, and a funny margin, Titans to win by 3.
Right, interesting. I would like to know who you think will kick a field goal. Or do you think the Cowboys will kick a field goal and then the Titans will score a try to
now you're talking, right? Chad Townsend will kick the field goal,
Right.
and then the Titans will score a try out wide to then lead by 3 and miss the goal. You got it all worked out.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can see that because I can't see anyone in the Titans scoring a field goal. But look, I'm going to stick with them. I think these are the games that they have to win. But like you said, they're just so inconsistent. And in all honesty, they don't look like they've got very good structure. And I put that down to the halves.
If you're going to sneak into the 8, yeah, your problems are your halves, right? They're too young, and you need a dominant 1 or 9 to help them, and they're just not there. But if you're going to make the 8, you got to win these 50-50 games, right? So you can't go 50-50 in those games. You got to win 70% of those games, 75%. So you can't win this one, you can't make the finals, like Vancouver Canucks.
Wow, big call. Round 7 can't make the finals. It's a big one. Probably a fair statement though. I'm going to go the Titans to win it by 2. I think it's going to be very, very close, and they'll just sneak home. So I'd like to see someone like a Philip Sami or a Greg Marshu coming with a try at the end. Tigers $4, Rabbits $1.25. Probably fair. Can't see the Tigers repeating.
Well, I'm surprised it's this close, right? So I think the Rabbits will win it. Rabbits will win it by 10 points. Look, Tigers would be riding emotion out of last week, but I just don't see them backing it up.
Yeah, it's really hard to disagree with that. I mean, good on the Tigers for getting a win and going up against the odds, but tell you what, if they go back to back and beat the Bunnies, then they'll be the talking point of the week.
Well, they'll be talking finals. So,
and their CEO will be cheering from the Darwin pub again. Like,
Jesus, what a flogger that guy is.
Yeah, seriously, they have to get rid of him. Look, I've got the Bunnies winning this by 12+, so I think it'll be pretty comfortable for them. Knights $3.10, Eels $1.37.
Yeah, look, Eels will be disappointed out of last week. Knights are one of those bubble teams, right? Eels get Junior Paulo back from his suspension for tackling AJ Brimson too hard, and I think that'll make a massive difference for them, right? So they will be looking; they'll be so eager to get back in that winning circle. I've got Parramatta winning this one by 14.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be 14. I reckon it'll be more like 8 for me because I just really like the back line of the Knights. I think with Edric Lee back, it makes a huge difference. And Dane Gagai and Bradman Best, those guys can tear it up, but it won't be good enough. And the Eels will score. And look, Junior Paulo was just playing too rough with the Titans, and he got everything he deserved in touch football. So
sad.
Yeah, that was terrible. That was a really, really good tackle. Panthers $1.12, Raiders $6.50 to round out the Sunday game, I think it is.
Yeah, Sunday game, right? So Panthers, geez, they look like the 72 Dolphins, right? So they look like they could go the season undefeated, but we know they won't. But it won't be the Raiders who knocks them off, right? So just too consistent for the Raiders, right? So, and I think they'll win it pretty easy. I've got the Panthers winning this by 18.
Yeah, pretty similar. I've got them by 13, 13 plus, I should say. It's probably not before time that Charles Nickel Cookstad has been dropped. I think he's been super disappointing all season. So we'll see what happens in the back line there. And Jack Whiten can't carry the team against the Panthers. So yeah, good luck, boys. We go to the Anzac Day match, the classic Dragons 450, Roosters $1.20. And all I can say is I hope the Roosters don't wear that light blue jersey again.
Well, I really don't care what the Roosters wear because the Dragons will be wearing the red V. And I think that the Dragons will get up for this game, right? So you might think that I say this every week, which I generally do.
You do.
Right? Yeah. But, I can, there's something cooking here, right? So $4.50 I think is good money, right? It's an emotional day. Right, and I think the Dragons will get up. Right, so not just back the Dragons at $4.50, back Jack de Belin as the first try scorer, and bang. Right, so I'm not sure what that pays as a same game multi. I'm going to look at it.
Well, we'll go and look at that and make that part of. Is that going to be like a bet?
That is going to be my bet.
Right,
and I've got the Dragons winning the game by 4 points. It's going to be a tight one, right? So right down to the wire.
Right. Look, I can't agree with you, but I think the gap in the Roosters is their hooker. Sam Verrills is playing there now that Watson's out, but they're really shallow in that position and they're really hurting. And I don't know, Tedesco's just not the same as well. So I think if you're a sniff, this is the week to do it. But yeah, look,
Verrills is a better hooker than Watson. Right, so Verrills is a goodie.
I still don't think he's an 80-minute hooker like some of the other guys though as well. So yeah.
No, Verrills will get a job next year. Won't be with the Roosters, right? He'll get a job with another team. Could be you, could be us, right? So because he's a decent hooker. He's probably in the top half of hookers, I would say. So maybe I'm being a little bit optimistic there, right? But
yeah.
So I think that is a good in, but for me, JWH is an old man with a stick, right? So we're just going to go straight through that mofo.
Okay. Well, I'd say he and Tarek Sims are probably going to be retiring at the same time. But yeah, look, I don't think you without a sniff, but I'm going to go to the Roosters to win this by 8. Playing at the Sydney Cricket Ground, one of the worst grounds to watch a game of rugby league, but there you have it. That's where they're playing it.
It's terrible ground for, in nowadays with the rectangular field. Why would you want to go watch a game of the SCG other than nostalgia?
Yeah.
Right? So.
Yeah, I don't get it. It's not even good for TV coverage because the cameras are a lot further away as well. Yep. But anyway. Yeah, we'll move on. And then we round out the round with the Storm $1.10 versus the Warriors 7. And I actually think the Warriors at 7 is too high, but it doesn't matter if they lose. It doesn't matter what they're going to give them odds for.
Well, I thought the Warriors might have a sniff here, right? $7. I think if you were going to put a couple dollars on, I'd put some money on the Warriors at $7 rather than throw money on the Storm. But, they're just so consistent, the Storm. And they'll get the Bromwich boys back. So I just could not, with good conscience, I'm not just going to back a random team just because they got good odds, like I did with the Tigers over the Sharks, right? So I'm going to take the Storm to win it. The Storm to win it in a reasonably close one by 6 points.
Nice. Yeah, I think it will be tight. I think it's going to be 10 for me. I've got the Storm winning it by, but yeah, I don't think they're going to run away with this. The Warriors are showing glimpses of being decent, but it's just a shame they're coming up such a good side. So yeah, there you have it. So have you had a chance to look at your sports bet, my friend? And run through that and what the pay?
Yeah, so my bet of the week, I'm taking the Dragons to beat the Chuggies, and Jack DeValent's first try scorer. So it's paying $96. So I'll throw a 50 on that to win $4,800.
Wow.
Life's easy.
Exactly. I thought mine was going to be half decent with a couple of potentially more realistic bets. I've got the Dragons covering the line.
Okay.
I have North Queensland Cowboys total match points over 41.5 because neither team can defend. I've got Kentucky Stags to score 2 or more tries against the Doggies, who are going to be well under strength. Paying $20.93. So my $50 will pay $1,046.
Wow, that's small odds.
Anyhow, all right, my friend. Thanks for your time tonight, mate, and all the best this long weekend. And I hope you have a good Anzac weekend and a good win.
Yeah, enjoy the footy and have a beer for the Diggers.